Building Material Closeout Store, 2191 Northwest 10th Street, just 2 miles east of I-75.
All right, 23 minutes after 10 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in. Before you decide whether you have an opinion about offshore drilling, you have to answer this question. Do you want to continue driving a car? Do you want to continue having, a heated home, et cetera? And do you want to continue getting natural resources from other countries when we have it right here? Okay. Does it sound like I'm in favor of offshore drilling? Well, I do. I am with an asterisk. The asterisk says as long as we have people who know what they're doing what they do. And P.S. we've got international waters where people can drill anywhere and they don't necessarily know what they're doing. Mm-hmm. So it is kind of it boggles my mind why we have. Because I know we can have accidents that has happened. Let's find out from somebody who knows way more about it than I do. Jim Nicholson is on the phone. He's a decorated Vietnam War veteran. He's an attorney, a former ambassador to the Vatican. I think he's been with us before too. He was served as the United States Secretary of Veterans Affairs under President George W. Bush. You get the picture. He's been around. And he's going to talk to us about the exploration of offshore drilling off the coast of Florida specifically. Good morning, Jim.
Good morning. Good morning. Thank you for having me. I am co-chairing a new coalition called Explore Offshore, and our purpose is to educate, the American public of the advantages that we have if we use common sense to go out and look at our outer continental shelf and quantify what we have out there, which we know to be enormous in the area of maybe 90 billion barrels of oil and over 300 trillion cubic feet of gas. But that area in our country, 94% of it has been off limits to even take a look at. And no seismic exploration has been done for over 30 years. So what we're about is to try to, arouse people's interest and knowledge, just as you just stated, about the fact that we're going to need to find out what we have out there and then develop a policy and the politics about how to develop it.
And in 30 years, things have changed. So would you say that 30 years later, after it was forbidden to be exploring, that what we have today can do the job much more effectively and without the big fear, which is of a spill?
Absolutely. First of all, what you need to do is to go out there and use today's modern technology of seismic testing to find out what is out there, what the quantity is and where it's located. And then, and that can be done, by the way, very safely, no harm to the environment, no harm to marine life. And then develop a plan to extract it. And that too, today, with the really miracles of modern technology, has made it as safe as possible. I mean, the safeguards that have kicked in since the big spill of 2010, the Deepwater Horizon, have been overtaken with over 100 regulations that have been formed by the industry and the government. They have technology that wasn't even thought about 8 years ago. It's kind of like your iPhone today. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And so this can be drilled and developed extraordinarily safe with virtually no risk of a major spill, because they also now have a new component out there standing by if there was a spill, the beginning of a spill. They have this new technology and these new rigs to go in and cap it and contain it almost immediately.
So I think educating the public is the first step before we can influence our elected officials. Is that the whole purpose of your radio campaign and of the website that you have to direct us to?
Exactly right. We're trying to do a grassroots campaign to get Americans to be thinking about this. I mean, we currently, as a country, have one of our arms tied behind our back, and certainly China and Iran and Russia, they're not holding back to see what they have and to take steps to exploit it.
Right. Not only are they not holding back, but they're drilling in the Gulf of Mexico.
Yeah.
Exactly right. The Spanish are in there with Cuba drilling, very close to us.
Yeah. So I know you have to run because you're doing a lot of these interviews, but let's leave the listeners with a website. Is it exploreoffshoreusa.org?
Exactly right. exploreoffshoreusa.org.
All right. It's a sensitive topic, and I think the only way to handle it is with kit gloves, whatever they say. But I think those of us, and I'm all for it, and Robin is all for protecting the environment, being good stewards of the environment. But I think you have shown us in previous visits that we've been doing our due diligence to make sure that we can do this and do it right and do it safely and cleanly. I know you got to go. Jim Nicholson, thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. All right, we will be right back.
Thank you so much, sir, for giving us your valuable time, and thank you for your service.
Paddock Mall Studios. This is WOCA.
You're welcome. Have a
Ocala,
great rest of
Gainesville,
your
The
day.
Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM. The Source.
Fox News Radio, I'm Chris Foster. President Trump tweets, CNN's hatred and extreme bias has clouded their thinking and made them unable to function. He also calls reporter Carl Bernstein a degenerate fool. CNN is standing by